And we are live. Here we go. Thank you for being here, though. Welcome, everyone. My name is Herschel. We're gonna talk about uh, can robots be our friends? This would be a small broadcast for our class there. My name is Herschel. I'm gonna be your host and your main listener because that's my job as a host. And I'm gonna ask you some questions, and we're just gonna discuss and see your points. Um, yeah, let's begin with everyone's introduction. Like, tell our public there who you are and like your intro there. There we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Um, yeah, my name is Michelle.
Hi, my name is Seji over here. Yeah.
My name is Ryan.
Hello, my name's Alessia.
Unmute. Harshil, unmute.
Sorry about that, guys. Today's broadcast, I'm just gonna ask you some basic questions, and you just have to give your honest opinion on that. So, not wasting in time anymore, and let's get rolling. So, for everyone here, how would you feel about robots with humans? Like overall, how they work together. Like your first impression.
Okay, so I'll go first. So I think since our topic is can robots be our friends? I think robots cannot be our friends when we use the definition of friends. Because what I researched, friends means two people or like two or more people having mutual trust and respect with each other. Since robots don't have that kind of ability to trust, to love a person, I don't think robots can be our friends. And I think also that our relationship with robots is mainly transactional.
Um, to add with Michelle, what Michelle said, for me, true friends are humans that possesses genuine emotions and empathy, whereas robots or AI are they just do operate based on programmed algorithms and instructions. So for me as well, we cannot be friends with robots. They can be there for our own convenience, but with the meaning of friend itself, I don't think we can be friend with robots.
I add up something. Also, robots, they have a lack of true consciousness and emotions. Yeah. Then also they can be designed to simulate certain aspects of social interaction.
Yeah, also to add with that, it's like a kind of a one-way street. So we can be friends with the robots, but the robots won't necessarily be our friends. Or, yeah, the other way around, yeah. Because they, again, lack emotions and love and trust and so things like that.
So yeah, I understand the situation. Like main point is that they cannot be mentally and like emotionally be with us. Like even if we are like, you know, it's just like we are just using them to be honest. So kind of like that. Okay, so oops, that's a emotional thing with robots with us. Uh, how do you see robots as a not as a friend, but not like as a helper, for example? Like do you have any situation on any, I would say, an example in your mind that you want to share with us? And like, in that situation, like robots are helping us in a big way and they are just, like making our life so easy, kind of like that.
Yeah, like what I said a while ago, robots can be there for our own convenience because nowadays, as we see robots, they are developing technologies where there are robots where it will make your life easier to vacuum, will do the work for you for household chores. And also, since robots are just programmed by humans, machinists, they are just uh, assigned to a specific role. Yeah, but they are not really like a friend who can be frank with you sometimes or provides you with different perspectives. Yeah.
So, like I mentioned earlier, I think our relationship with robots is more is transactional, and also it's like a partnership. Um, so like your background, Harshil, I can see a robot in the back. That's a good example. We use robots for our benefit, and robots make our life easier. That's why we like them. We invent more technology that involves robots. So yeah, I researched this, and I listened to one of the researchers in YouTube. They said that humans can love robots, but robots cannot love humans. So I believe that humans can love robots because us people, we also have love for other stuff like teddy bears. Like what else? An example of a robot dog. An example of this is Aibo, which is a Japanese dog, and Japanese love this robot dogs. They even have a burial for them. But like, if we die, do robots give us burial? No, right? Because they don't have uh the ability to have emotions, or they don't have a culture. They are programmed to do stuff. And even artificial intelligence, that's why it's called artificial, because it didn't come from them, it came from us. We put the knowledge in them. That's why they know lots of stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna add on to that. I do think that way because, like, as a human, we love like so many things, not just robots. Though, like, machine and robots are like so close thing. For example, because when we don't have to operate the thing, that's called robot, right? Because robot is all most of the time it's machine, right? So I feel that like, for example, like my phone, if something happens to this guy, like it's gonna break my heart because I just love that thing. And like at back, he does not have any emotional man, something like that. So it is kind of like that. You said like, yeah, it is true. So yeah, and like Alicia,
Yeah, I
something
feel
you
like
want
robots, they definitely can help us in senses. So like, for example, if you were playing sports or something and you wanted to play against something not a human, which would be a robot, like for example, playing tennis, you could play against a robot and it just help you improve your game and like, yeah, things like that. So yeah, I think in that sense they would be a good friend kind of, but not necessarily a companion friend.
I can add an example. I just saw this one through the blog that I always watching. The like Seiji say that the robots can help us household chores. Then also I saw it through the one of the restaurant here in Calgary, also in I think Southeast, that the robot is sending the food to the customer. Yeah. Then also I think it have already in Philippines, but I'm not so sure what is the name of the restaurant. Yeah.
I see. Let me. Can I ask your point of view on the same situation. For example, I have seen some industries, for example, I would say automation industries, automotive industries. In like 19th century, we have to do all the things by ourselves. For example, we just have to remove the dies and put the dies and everything. But nowadays, it's all simple because we have like one robotic arm there and it does all the things in just like snap. And it's saving us a big time, to be honest. And yeah, in such in some industries, robots are like very helpful to us because it just it change and even like it get so improved the thing itself, like the chain or maybe something else, that we just use like chain of robots and it will just do the work in snap that we usually takes in like few weeks. So do you have like any other examples of that you know oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I first to give example for this. Uh, when I work in Singapore, I work with the robots like here the spider robot, the ABB one. Yeah, I work. It's very helpful for picking up some wafers because I work in a semiconductor and a solar industry. Then the good thing they helping us for picking up robot. Then also the throughput, the output of the wafers is very big. But the bad thing, if this robot failed, we want to do the maintenance. It's very long hours to make it production again because we after you do the maintenance, you need to change the parts. We also need to do the teaching, like you need to teach how like XYZ. You need to teach this robot for the pick and place like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and with what all of you guys said, it kind of adds up to robots is just an extension of our capabilities. They're just there to be our partner something or an extension of what we can do, but it doesn't adds up to what the meaning of a friend is.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think there's definitely some helpful, like for instance, going back to the restaurant, the robots helping out in restaurants. There's these bartending robots called COMM that I was researching about, and they're just very productive. So they can do like I read 2 beers every 6 seconds, like 24 hours straight. So in that case, they could be like helpful to us, but not necessarily our friends because again, with that, it's like safer and cleaner than having a person serve you and stuff. So a robot would be better in that sense, but again, not friends.
So you guys gave a very good examples. Yeah, I mentioned earlier about the Japanese dog robot, but I think one robot that we won't think that it's a robot, but I think vending machines are robots too. Like when you order something and they just grab it from the shelf of the vending machine and just drop it off on the side or like at the bottom of the vending machine. I think yeah, like you can't be friends with the vending machine, right? and,
Yeah,
and like
imagine
it says thank,
imagine yeah,
but that's programmed, right? It's
yeah.
programmed to say thank you for like purchasing the stuff they vend, but it's programmed. So yeah, basically, I still believe that it's just transactional. We use them, and they don't benefit from us. We benefit from them, and yeah, there's no reciprocity of friendship and trust and experience and growth with each other if it's robots we were talking about.
Vending machine, it's the money only, but the food never drop.
Yeah, I'm agree with Michelle there. Like, imagine me hugging a vending machine there and kissing it. Like, that's crazy. So yeah. So Yeah, I have seen some, YouTube videos in that thing that, uh, like scientists, or maybe like, I would say like some brilliant students are like developing robots for like copying a dog. So, for example, they are trying to build a very good machine there. Like, they can, if you just clap like that, it will just roll and something like that. So, like, that kind of technology is so new to us. Like, not everyone is familiar with that. At the same time, it cannot replace any dog, right? Like, because the actual dog is something that we love and it loves us, like, loves back. And, like, it's just a robot. It's just a, like, piece of robot, I would say, but we can use that same technology to like, this machine. I would say this machine is back here to just go to space, and we can have some good research there and everything. So yeah, what are your thoughts about impact of robots for humans? For example, if we are replacing humans for by using robots, right, in many industries. So like what would be the negative or maybe positive side of that?
I think for businesses, it's a benefit to use robots in their processes because it gives more. Um, I mean, it um, makes less errors because they are programmed to do what the process is supposed to be. Um, yeah, and I think it's bad for people because they get replaced, they get laid off, they lose jobs. And of course, people need jobs and money to live. So I think there's like a downside to more advanced technology, especially for laborers who gets replaced by these robots.
I just add up Michelle one. Yeah, the good thing is, yeah, for the company. The, like for example, in my company before in Singapore, that the benefits of this robot is makes the output, uh, or the throughput is makes more better. Then also the bad thing is, you can lay over some workers. Like I heard from my wife, she's working in Amazon. Then they they heard the news that they will replace by a robot, because right now they installing some robot in their company. Yeah.
Besides the negative impact of having employees or humans being laid off or replaced by robots, it can also have a negative impact on how we interpret or how we use robots. We kind of being sooner or later we are we we are kind of being dependent to robots. It makes us lazy person at somehow, because robots are already doing the things which humans do. So because of that, we're being dependent at some point when robots being a common thing in the future.
Yeah, I agree. And also adding to that, when we have robots in this industry, they can't handle like critical situations like as well because they can't think objectively and like objectively evaluate what they're what they're trying to do. So the judgment and like because humans can react based on what their decisions that will help the community and further like effects on the world and stuff like that. Robots, they kind of just it's kind of black or white.
I see. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward though. Since you are on like still like discussing about the developing side, can you guys tell me your thoughts that uh how you see our future as a human with like robots, like what could be, like nowadays, as you guys mentioned that in restaurant there are some robots that just like serve you and everything. So that's kind of new thing. And like in typical restaurants we still use like as a human, and like we just ask like waiter, can you just come here and can you just take my order and everything. With robots, I imagine we just have to select the items and it will just bring us. I guess that would be our future. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, how robots would be, like we as a human will be living with robots. Like, it could be like any from restaurant to space. Here, right now, I'm on the moon, but yeah.
I think also robots will have an impact in like schools and stuff, because there's already a couple of robots, one called Pepper, I believe I was doing some research on, and it helps like teachers in the schools, helps them with the kids for them to gain like a basic level of communication, so that it'll translate, hopefully translate to the world. But I think the downside of this is that the students might become dependent on the robots, and then they'll kind of neglect human interaction and prefer robot interaction.
Um, I'll speak. I think in the future we will become more dependent because right now we're actually dependent on robots already. For businesses, since they're after efficiency, robots is a good substitute for some processes. And for like people at home, or like when they're at home, they like convenience. So I think some stuff like example is a coffee brewer. Um, like right now coffee brewer, but like I think in the future there's going to be more advanced household appliances that will be invented, since humans like convenience too. I think yeah, we're going to be more dependent on robots in the future. An example of this is also Tesla, right? They have this autopilot, like I don't know what how to call it, but like drivers just sleep when they're on the road, and like the car drives itself to the destination, and it actually can detect like dangers on the road. And yeah, I think in the future we will become more advanced and we will become very very dependent on robots since they give us convenience and efficiency.
I see. Yeah. Um, I have seen some examples while I was browsing the stuff, and yeah, I have seen like people are just getting, like dependent on too much. I would say robots and AI too, because it's so convenient and we don't have to work and everything. But what I feel is that it lowers the level of thinking and like creativeness, because if we don't have to work, like we cannot create the stuff, like we cannot even think because we have everything we need. So we cannot create or maybe think new stuff. So that's kind of negative side, that's what I think. And um those kind of stuffs are like future would be like so developed and futuristic. But at the same time it comes with a negative side too. Do you guys agree with that though, or something?
Yeah, going back to why robots can't be our friends. Um, we use them for their function, but yeah, I think we're gonna be more dependent with robots, but um, we're gonna be connected with them emotionally to some extent, but they're not gonna be connected with us because there's gonna be no reciprocity, and what they're gonna do is just programmed. And yeah, that's my
I
thought.
feel like also having like, if you have a conversation with a robot, it's just very mechanical. So you don't have like when you're talking to humans, you have like active listening where you have like body language and you're nodding along and like agreeing with them. Robots, they don't necessarily have that level of communication there.
Yeah, and since robot are programmed AIs, they are that just means that they are programmed to an extent. Whereas with humans, being friend with humans, you get responses from them based on different experiences. Whereas having an interaction with a robot, you only get a response based on what they're programmed for. So, for example, all we humans, we sometimes experience the same problem over and over again. So for me, when you talk to a robot, since that's what they're programmed for only, you get the same response over and over again, which is kind of not helping you to get over your problem. While being a friend with humans, since they have different levels of experience, they also give you a different perspectives or provide you with some advice based on different level of your problems, which will help you get over it.
I get back to Harshil say last that the robot have can have a pet like a companion, right? I think now we have already they made us a robot already like a pet, or like Elisa say the pepper robot that the it's a guide in some airport, hospital, and retail stores. Then also for the pet is a Miro E, it's a pet robot. Then the good thing for this one is it's good in environment because robot cannot poop compare with a real pet, right? Yeah. Uh,
I see. So yeah, most of the time that's the case that comes with that thing. Like it has like their own benefits and it's kind of convenient, but at the same time it's not healthy for humans too. So yeah, well, thank you for sharing your thoughts there. I really appreciate your time being here and like giving me your I would say your honest opinion and your time. So yeah, that was how was it like? How was the broadcast like? You like it or something like that? Do you have any? Yeah, go on.
Um, I just want to share to everyone, please watch The Creator because you're gonna see a robot with emotions there. They're like real humans, but they are robots with just emotions.
Yeah, I would also like to thank you guys for sharing your different perspectives because I kind of it lightens up me that really robots cannot be our friend. Maybe in the future, uh, they can program a robot that can really be a good friend to human. But as of the moment, I really disagree that we can be friends with robots.
they're building a robot if you want hug, Seji.
Yes,
I want a real hug from a real human, not a robot.
yes, thank you. It was a very interesting conversation. Glad to hear of everyone's viewpoints on the robots and friends.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
guys. Yeah,
Thank you
thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now. I'm on my way to Earth. Okay, so let's end this and have a good one, all guys. Thank you. Thank you for being.
Is it ended now?
One
Um,
minute 30, right?
oh,
You
sure.
ended?
Yeah, and he lives